It's like it's technology. The technology that we're working with. It's like I'm internet streaming from the year 1999. Okay. Are you ready, ladies and gentlemen? Hey, everybody. My name's Benedetti. I like to draw dragons. Do you like to draw dragons? I really hope you like to draw dragons because that's what we're doing today. And as a matter of fact, every weekday morning at 10 a.m. Hey, we got a website. It's drawdragon.org. And I know you're wondering, Gio, what kind of dragon are we drawing today? I'll tell you. Also, if you listen really carefully, you can hear family strife in the background, arguing children. We're going to ignore all that while we draw dragons, all right? Keep a big smile on those faces. We're going to draw a baby dragon. Here we go. I'm going to activate FaceTime cam. Oh, didn't turn the music off soon enough. Almost got it. Hey guys, how's it going? This is Gio Benedetti. I'm in my drawing room / base room. And to draw with me today, you're going to need a pencil and an eraser. And a piece of paper. That's it. Just steal a piece of paper from your printer. And we're ready to go. Baby dragon today, everybody. Baby dragon. You guys voted on it last week. I really like the Friday poll. That's going to be fun. We'll keep that going. And everybody, it's Aiden's birthday. Give Aiden a shout out in the chat. And it's Liam's half birthday today. Happy half birthday to Liam. Happy legit birthday to Aiden. I like having birthdays on here. I'm actually kind of surprised at how many birthdays for the amount of people that we have drawing dragons. We've had an inordinately large number of birthdays. Hey, how do you draw a baby dragon? You guys, let's do a quick poll, everybody. How do you draw? Hey, do you guys see that little, I got a little burn mark on there, which I thought was funny. My wife was like, hey, you need to get that. But then I thought, hey, it's like I got a one-eyed whale on my hand. So I put a Band-Aid on it. But hey, what goes into a baby dragon? What do you think? What do we do to make how do you make something look like a baby? Do you guys know how to make something look like a baby? I'm gonna come to my FaceTime cam for a sec. Big eyes, yes, Nico. Big eyes for the baby dragon. Let me bring this down a little bit. All right, huge eyes. I agree. There's other things that are. No, Lucas, I agree, but that's not just baby dragons. That's also parent dragons are very excited for the end of school. So are teacher dragons. So I think there's a couple of things that we might not want to put in there, but I'll show you. If you see how big my head is proportional to my body, this is grown-up 40-year-old person head size in relationship to body. But a baby's body is like half the size of their head. Giant heads. Babies have giant heads. Yes, and that lovely baby pudge. We'll give it baby pudge. So big eyes, huge heads. There's a couple other like stereotype baby things. We could put like a pacifier and a diaper in there if we want to get really baby on it, but you guys can be the deciders. The first thing that we need to do, the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to make a big circle. And mine's kind of like a sideways oval up here, okay? I'm fighting the glare already. Look, this battle with the glare, I just begun and I'm already losing. It's not fair. It's not fair, I say. Okay, let's see if I can dig in a little bit harder there. Oh, not fair. Let me try flipping the dungeon mode. Reverse dungeon mode. That's a little better. Okay, I'm not going to make it so fat. But here's going to be the head of our baby dragon, okay? And then our baby dragon is going to have, its little snout is going to come out, but it's not going to be very big. And babies do not have chiseled jaws. They don't have cheekbones. They just have baby pudge everywhere. So we're going to try and round out every single edge of our normally very spiky and angular dragons, okay? And nothing's going to be fully grown. So that snout hasn't grown all the way out yet. That kind of rhymed. And The horns won't have grown all the way out. Okay, so this is a good baby dragon head shape. One big oval and a smaller oval. This will be like the nose, snout, and this is where the big eye is going to be. Okay. I don't know how big I want my eye to be yet. Maybe really big. Maybe really small. Whatever you do, a circular eye is going to give you baby vibe. Okay. I started small, but I was like, that was too small. So I'm just going to go big. Maybe that was a little bit too big. There we go. That's the one that I want. I'll erase around so you guys can see what I'm going for here. Where's my special erasing pencil? Here it is. Emmy found my erasing pencil and she really likes it. She's been using it. It's blocked off 100% now. Got to sharpen my eraser. That's weird. Okay, so I didn't want this line out here. That was one too many. And I don't want those inside lines. Oh, and it's got a little bit of an angle down. I definitely don't want any sort of meanness in this. This is not going to be a mean. This is going to be a very pleasant baby dragon. So if anything I want, that's better. I said to change the shape of the curve a little bit to make it nicer. Playing with toys, very good one, Savannah. That would be awesome. Baby toys, like little little night shields and night skulls and stuff. Okay, now here's where you can make big decisions for your baby dragon. You guys can go for gigantic, like looking up puppy dog pupils. Okay, this will be really cute. If you make it looking up, it's like that. I'm looking up super puppy dog total cuteness factor. I'm going to do a couple of, these are going to be the highlights. So that's where I'm going to leave the little highlight there and I'll shade in all around it. Maybe do another one on the backside there. Okay. This is more of like the big anime style eye. This is not usually the kind of eye that I do. So I'm actually going to erase this, but I love being able to make these where you do the really big highlights in the eye and really big pupils. I'm going to do a slightly different one. And instead of having mine looking up, puppy dog style, I'm just going to have mine looking maybe down. I like the idea of toys. That's going to be fun. So mine's going to have a smaller little pupil here, looking down. It makes it a little bit less cute, but it makes it a little bit more, I don't know, feels good for me, you guys. That's all that the drawing's got to do. It's just got to make you feel good. Hey, Gio, did you just say it's just got to make you feel good? That's what I say. Why are you stealing everything that I say? Bob Ross, you're a really good teacher. It's hard to not steal from the good teachers. Just like do or do not. There is no try. Wow, that's really wise. Did you make that up? Yes, I did. Wow, Gio, you're so wise. You have so much to teach me. Let's go teach each other cool stuff. Nobody tell Bob Ross that I was just quoting Yoda, okay? That'll be our secret. He'll think I'm really wise. I'm going to put a little bump over here. Just a little bump. Because the horns have not grown in yet on this baby dragon, okay? I'll start cleaning this up a little bit. Getting rid of some of my scribbles. Which means that my erasing montage later is not really that epic. And I apologize for that. So we'll go over here. And put another lump over here. Just like the little bumps where the horns will be. And then watch this. We'll just make like little velvety nubs for horns. Isn't that the cutest? Oh, it's just growing. He's just a little guy. It does look a little bit like a duck right now. Agreed. Agreed. We'll change that. When we put more slope down here and we add the little dragon beak here, you'll see. So we'll come down here and everything's just going to be smooth, smooth, smooth. I'm going to bring this down. See how I didn't come all the way out? here for the snout because that was a little bit too duck, a little too bill-like, not enough beak-like. I like my dragons to have more of a beaky shape. So I'm coming down to make a beaky shape here. And then I'm not going to make a point. It's not going to be pointed yet. It's just a little baby dragon. Okay, so we're going to curl it around, nice and rounded. And I'm coming back. Maybe a little smile here. Maybe there's something going on that has tickled this dragon's interest. And now I can erase all of these little planning lines in here so that you can see what I'm doing better. Beep, 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 beep. There we go. Okay. How about that? Oh, it's getting to be a real cute baby dragon. It could use some nostrils. And again, the nostrils. Oh, the pole. The pole, you might be able to. I don't know if you can. We did the pole on Friday. I'm going to put some little nostrils over here. Cute little baby nostrils. Give them a little curl there. Maybe just a little bump of one over there. Just a little dot. When you make things round and soft, it just makes everybody feel like this is a safe and adorable thing. I mean, if you think, when you think of the only thing maybe that's like really soft that doesn't really look adorable is probably like a tarantula. Some people do find them adorable. I am not one of those people. Spider dragon. I don't even know if that's on the list, but that should definitely be on the list. Okay, so we're getting a really nice head for our baby dragon here. And then of course we're gonna get some baby rolls down here. So here's where the chin would normally come down, and usually we would put all the spikes on here, you know, and we'd have the big chin spikes coming out, but on the chin, I still have my little plan line back here. So I'm gonna put just some little bumps. No big deal. Just some little this is what little baby dragons look like. Maybe like a little bump growing here. All right. Ooh, if you want on the mouth, you can put like 1 or 2 rounded teeth. And that'll make it, if you can see what I did there. Let me get it out of the glare. So adorable. Anyway, the poll that we put up on Friday, it was you had 3 options for each day. I put up 3 options for each day. And people voted, and I went with, this one was actually a tie for baby dragon and puppy dragon. But because the puppy seemed like a form of a baby, I thought baby could win. Okay. Maybe I'll do one more like little one up here. It kind of looks like it has a piece of cauliflower coming out of its head. I'm not sure that I like any of that. I think I'm going to have to make it less round, and maybe just like, maybe not even worry about, maybe those spikes grow later in life. I don't think I'm going to do that, you guys. If you guys like the way the cauliflower looked over there, if you were able to make it look cool, I had done some sketches where I thought it looked kind of cool, but I was not able to make that happen today. So here's where the chin would normally come in, but because it's a baby, it's got all that extra baby fat. Oh, the baby fat. Oh, it's the cutest in the world. Baby fat's great. It's adorable. And so here are the rolls of baby fat. So I came down, this little lump here is just like extra baby skin. There's a lot of growing that this dragon has to do. And then this right here, see how there's an extra lump that comes out here? I don't start from the end. I come in a little bit, and then I make that next line. And I try and follow the same curve here, okay? It shows you that it's a fold of the same stuff. And then here, again, I'm not going out to the same edge. I'm coming in a little bit. And I'm following, basically, I'm going to have a neck. And the neck is going to be ridiculously small compared to this giant head. That's why you have to hold a baby's head when they're born, because their heads are ginormous and they don't even have the strength to lift their own heads up. So if you're ever carrying a newborn baby, your your aunt or your cousin or your sister, whoever will be like, support its head, support its head, support its head. It's always the big thing. Okay. What are we going to do over here? Let's just do, what if we just made it, you could just do a little line here connecting. If I think about it, we might put a few little frills on there. If I can figure out a way to make it look good. I'm just not sure right now. Not feeling my frilly mojo. That was okay. Maybe I'll come back and darken that in later. I think tomorrow is Turtle Dragon. Turtle Dragon beat out Octopus Dragon and Rhino Dragon. Okay, so here's our neck. Our neck is going to come down, and then our baby dragon is going to be sitting. Here's going to be the body of our baby dragon. Maybe I'll come down a little bit more, make it a little bit more of a body. The tail's still super short, okay? You got to remember that everything still has to grow. The wings are just like, these little itty bitty wings. These wings aren't going to be able to support it for years and years. It's got a lot of growing before it's going to do any flying at all. I just started going too fast. Sorry. Kitten Dragon? Kitten Dragon asked Gabriel the cat. We can get a Kitten Dragon in next week for sure. Actually, I know the perfect person. Oh, okay. You guys, I have a friend who is actually a storyboard artist for Disney and works down in Los Angeles. And she is absolutely incredible at what she does. She's a wonderful artist. And she also fosters cats. So when cats need a home, she'll bring them into her home. And then when they're ready and, litter box trained, she'll hand them off to good homes. She loves cats. And she was the illustrator. I made a little book called Draw a Dragon years ago. And she was the one who illustrated it. Her name is Amelia Lorenz, and she is super awesome. And I've been meaning to ask her to come on to Draw a Dragon, and maybe I could get her to draw a kitten dragon. She would be the ultimate kitten dragon drawer. So that's what I say to that comment there, Gabriel the cat. I'm trying to remember the show that I think she even got to direct an episode. Is it Star and versus the Forces of Evil? Something like that. I don't know if you guys have heard of it. It's on the Disney Channel only. I haven't seen it, but I've seen things that she has posted about it. Anyway, she's super rad and she's phenomenal. And we got to get her on. Do a little guest spot. Okay, here's just that little tiny wing. I started with the shoulder wing coming up here, and then I made like the little nubbin. There's that little nubbin that'll eventually grow into a giant wing horn up there. Okay, and then we got swing, the beginnings of the wing arms coming down. These connect end to end, right? I'm getting fancy back here. Don't you guys worry about that. Don't you guys even worry about that. And then this is where the wing attaches to the body. And here it's just disappearing into the wing wall. Because all of this is shaded by the wing. Okay, and now here I've got my big Buddha belly. When I was a baby, my uncle nicknamed me Buddha baby because I had a big Buddha tummy. I was a big baby. Okay, so there's our dragon tummy. And here is our dragon tail. Now, there's going to be an arm here, and there's going to be another arm over here, but that's on the other side of the body. But I like to know where it's gonna be. So I plan it out first. I got one here. Here's that belly. Ooh, we'll make that a nice big belly. This curve is actually really important. This curve shows that it bulges out for the belly here, okay? Neck, Big tummy tum. Leg. And when you're sitting down on the floor, your feet I don't want to get, I'm sorry, I started to get really anatomical about this, and I was like, well, if one of the, don't worry about it. Here's the only thing I want to show about these legs, okay? We're going to have two legs sticking out like it's just sitting on the floor, okay? So I'm going to place where those are going to be. Arm socket, leg socket. And then opposite side of the body that I can't see, arm socket, opposite side of the body that I can't see, leg socket. And then the legs are going to come out like this. And then the feet are going to come up like this. Okay? I'm gonna go in darker here as soon as I feel like I've got a good idea that I can show you and be happy about. The other leg will come out and you'll see it just on the other side. Perfect. Okay. Now that I'm happy with it, I can show you what I want to do. So here's my leg socket going all the way down to the ground. Okay. And we're going to put a little dragon knee on there. Have it curling down. And now here's where I'll put, just like I put up here on the chin, I'm going to put just some little folds right here where the foot, those big clawed feet are going to be. Is it too scribbly? Geo, it's too scribbly. It's too scribbly. Extreme edge of the page. Aiden, it's your birthday. Would you like classical extreme edge of the page? Would you like monster truck racing extreme edge of the page? Or would you prefer the Star Wars extreme edge of the page? Your call today. Which one's it going to be? We got to do one. It's classical. Oh, Aiden, now that you're a year older, you're so refined.
I dare say, it would appear that you have reached the extreme edge of the page.
Oh, a good call, Monfrere. A good call. Love that classical extreme edge of the page. As I was drawing this foot, I realized that I didn't like the angle of it. I want to be looking a little bit more at the bottom of this foot. Like it would be coming in. This is like, that's the piece of leg that I would see. That's kind of the tube shape that I'm trying to create here. So if that's the tube shape, I'd have a back claw coming off like this. And it would be coming up more like this. Okay. Anytime that I'm going to make a correction, I always have to come back and re-establish what shapes I'm making. What's the real three-dimensional shape? That's kind of what it always comes back to. Okay. There's another claw. And then the third claw will be like, oh, little baby curled claw. Okay. You can make these a little bit more roundy. We can make them a little bit roundier. Little roundier. Come on, it's just a baby. Okay. And then look, if I put these little, I'm really getting into these fold lines. Babies have so many folds. Has anybody got the kid, brother, sister, cousin around to remind them of how many folds little babies have? I'm going to show you now how my planning lines, some disappear, and now I end up with a foot at the end of a leg here. I'm going to make this planning line so that this is like the bottom of the foot. This is like the side of the foot. That line helps to differentiate that, okay? That's why I put that there. These are all just great big belly scales. Going all the way back. And then the other leg is going to be sticking out this other side. And I'm going to do pretty much the same thing, but maybe this one's like more flattened out. If you put everything in the same pose every time, it's like one less level of interesting for your drawing. If you see how these 2 feet are 2 different ways, we have I'll put my little folds there, and then I'll come out and make my toe number 1, toe number 2 behind that, toe number 3 behind that. There's my thumb toe. Okay. Erasing more planning lines. And then just like that different angle on the foot just makes it more interesting. You can kind of get a sense that this little dragon creature's like flopping its little feet around like, oh, what's going on with my feet? I didn't even know I had feet. Kind of like that. Put some little belly scales over there on the curl up, flatten out, reverse curl. Okay, let's put something in this baby's hands. Baby dragon's going to be playing with a toy. Savannah, that was a really good idea. Can I have it playing with, what should we have baby dragon playing with? I like the idea of like little pieces of knights. That's really fun to me. I'm just planning away over here. Don't mind me and my scribbles, okay? Okay, so here's where I'm going from my planning to what I actually want to draw. If I can find a glare-less position here. Okay, maybe over here. This is a good spot. Okay, so here is the shoulder. If you want to put like a little doll in the dragon's hands, I think that's great. Any of these ideas I really like. So here's the shoulder. Here's that front arm, and these are all tubes. This one's coming down the body. We can see a little bit into it. That's why I'm drawing a little bit of this ellipse here. And then it's going to come across the body, and it's going to go away from me. Okay, and then the hand will be like right here holding a thing. Dragon's other hand is over here holding a thing, and that arm is going to disappear down here. And now what that looks like, now that I've planned it out and I have my plan and I actually draw it, I will show you. Here we go. No muscles on a baby. Babies are just like they don't have muscles. They just have lumpy rolls. Okay, so at the shoulder, where sometimes we would draw some definition, we're just going to make a little fold. And then for that upper arm, we're just going to make a little bulgy, foldy thing. And then at the elbow, the beginning of a little, okay, little nubbin. And then there's all the folds from inside the elbow. And now here's the forearm going across. And then there's folds at the wrist. And then here's 1 claw, 2 claws, 3 claws. And then more folds at the bottom of the wrist. And now I've got a cute little pudgy baby arm. And now we get to put the toy in there. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to say, like, every time mom and dad roast up a knight, sometimes they keep the armor around. Okay. So there's like, this is how big, this is a huge, you know what? Actually, it would be a little bit bigger, wouldn't it? Yeah. Let's make this knight a little bit bigger because it's just a baby. So maybe it'd probably be about human sized. So what would it be playing with? I think just like a little doll. I think I want to have like a little doll of a dragon and a knight that it's like playing with. So here's the little doll version. To make something look like it's a doll, just make sure that it doesn't have too many details and it's kind of floppy. Okay, just think floppy thoughts. Okay. So there's the body. And then like, oh, here's a really cool, I'm not going to be able to show you in detail, so I'm going to have to show you close up. So if you want something to look like it's a puppet or a doll, okay, here's the body of it. Maybe that's the waist. Wherever you put an arm on, watch this. Keep these lines, because this is how somebody would be making the puppet. And then we make stitches like this. Or you can make like little X's. however you like to make stitches, or you can do like actually make them look like stitches where they kind of become a little thing like that. And then you just attach the little parts that you want, and it looks like stitches. And then we'll do this up here, and it'll be like a big floppy knight head. Okay. And because it would all be stitching, you put like a little shield on the chest, but like stitches all around it. Like very homemade toys. This is a very homemade dragon family that this little dragon has been born into. Ain't that nice? Okay. So now that I've got that idea in there, I'll put my little markings for stitches that you won't even be able to see. And I'll have the head flopping this way. Oh, let's put like a little feather up there. Maybe there's like some little pieces of fabric. Stitches, stitches. Okay, so now we've got Night Puppet. Maybe Night Puppet has got a sword. But like not a, you know, it would be a fabric sword. You can't just go giving babies sharp objects. They'll put their eyes out. Oh my gosh. Sorry. Totally defeated by the glare then. Just then. So here we have little doll number one. And then maybe in this hand over here, I'm going to move this hand out because it's going to make it easier for me to draw 1, 2, 3 dragon claws and a dragon thumb and put a dragon puppet. A dragon doll. They're not puppets. These little lines that I'm making in the background, don't worry about them because I'm just trying to like make it, I'm trying to make it look like this puppet disappears off on the other side of the body. And I'm trying to make it look, I'm trying to do like just little dragon bits. This is the dragon's head. There's the stitching. Everything's got to be lumpy on it, remember? No sharp edges for dragon baby toys. And then how about a button? 2 little lines in a button. To make a button eye, just draw a circle. But buttons usually have just 2 little dashes. So if something's going to have button eyes, like that, and a button nose. Just all buttons now. Look at all these buttons we're putting on this really creepy doll face I just drew. Hello! Ah, get out of here. Sorry about that. Okay, I really like this. Now, I think this is plenty. This is enough. Everybody can tell that this is a baby dragon, okay? We are not in any danger of anybody mistaking. This is, sorry, while I'm talking, I'm like, oh, there should be a wing that's on the other side, and you'd maybe see it back here. Okay? There would be a fun thing to add. Okay, and I'll show you what that fun thing is. You can leave it like this or just add more toys or anything else that you think would be cool for a little baby character. There's one thing, there's a couple things I'm going to do. I'm going to put, this is like what it would be sitting on. It's going to do a little mound here. And then in behind my dragon here, I'm going to draw, let me plan this out. I'm going to do a circle over here. I'm going to do a circle over here. So this one's too big. I'm going to make this one a little bit smaller. There we go. Okay. So these are just ovals. And then over here, I'm going to make it right to the extreme edge of the page there. Maybe even going off the page a little bit. Same with this one. I don't think I didn't really leave enough room for this idea. But these are like going to be the 2 halves of the egg. Okay. Not like it just hatched, because I don't know. Do dragons play with toys right when they hatch? Somebody? Help me out here. Maybe they do. Okay. But this looks like an Easter egg, like a plastic Easter egg. So what we need to do is we need to make real jagged edges all the way around. Okay. This is where it's turning. So I'm going to do some fancy 3D work over here. Everything in here is going to be dark, 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 dark. So I'm going to color all of that in. And then I'm going to put some edges on here. And really important, cracks. Cracks everywhere. Put a bunch of cracks going up through this egg. Okay. See all these cracks? And then, of course, we can put some little like broken pieces of shell down here on the ground. So I guess the idea here is that it just hatched. It just hatched. And the very first thing its parents did was like, here, have some dolls. Play with these dolls. Interesting parenting strategy. But, you know, they're dragons. They've got thousands of years to really develop their relationships. Their parenting books are entirely different from human parenting books. I'm just making my little cracks on this other egg over here. Maybe I'll put like some little spots on the egg, like it was a spotted egg. That would be cool. Or not. If you don't want to put spots on it, don't put spots on it. I like it. Okay, we can't get anything more. I know it's just going to put everything in its mouth. It's just going to eat everything. I wonder like if you're like everybody's like, "Oh, baby walked for the first time, it's crawling." For dragon babies, it would be when they fly. First time they breathe fire on somebody. Can you imagine if your baby was breathing fire and you didn't know when it was going to start breathing fire? That'd be terrifying. All right. I am going to have to do an erasing montage. I still have a ton of stuff I got to erase over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here. We're going to go FaceTime camera. It's 10:45. We got a little bit of time to erase and a little bit of time to color. That's perfect. Let me get my funky jams. Stretch it out. Okay. Do this. Get my erase out. Don't need any of these. Those gigantic ovals that I was putting out there. Nope. Still some planning lines in my dragon's head. I don't need those. I like the frill. Do I like the frill? I think I like the frill. I'm going to put the frill in. Let's do that right now. Nope. Looks like a cow udder. First time it was a cauliflower. That time I put an udder on its head. Abandoned. Abandoned. Abort mission. Abort mission. All right. Should have focused on the erasing. Okay. Whoa, all kinds of crazy things happening in these feet down here. What is the meaning of all this? Leg? Clean it up, buddy. Okay, good. Coming up on the end of our jam. Just coming up on the end of my erasing. Everything in its right place. Huh? Perfect. Let me redraw some of the things that I erased. Last second erasing here. Okay. Okay, good. You guys erasing? You guys want to just enjoy that glare in different places of the drawing? Cool. Here we go. Let's do some coloring. The first thing that I want to do for my coloring, as I ask Lady Esmeralda for the pencils, first thing that I want to do, I don't know what color I want my dragon to be yet, but what I want to do is, oh my goodness gracious, I want to establish the shadow of this egg is something that I really wanted to do. I just really think it's going to help bring my picture together. So the very first thing I'm going to do when I go to color is I just want to color in this egg shell shadow. Eggshell shadow hanging over me. I'm not sure. That would be a terrible song. Forget that that ever happened, you guys. When you get to that part in the YouTube stream, in the video, just skip over it. We'll pretend like YouTube shadow, eggshell shadow never happened. Okay. Yes, just put the dolls in the mouth. I love it. Thank you. Thank you, Aaron. And and then you know what? Because it's an eggshell, it would be rounded, which means that over here on this side, be a lot of shadows over here on this side. And then we would come up and get less and less shadowy as we came up. And then I can do the same thing over here on this side. Same exact thing. Hey, you guys, while I'm just coloring in this eggshell shadow, I should tell you, I think some people know, but some people might not. I started a new project. It's kind of like my life's work. I'm really excited about it. It's called My Town is Magical. And it's mainly a website, and it's mytownismagical.com. But basically, I'm collecting magical news from the world, and I'm trying to let everybody know about what's going on magically in the world today. I got some interesting reports in yesterday. I got a call on the hotline. Someone had a troll sighting to report. I also got a message from someone who had found a scaly egg, which really made me, I was really thinking about that this morning as we were drawing baby dragons. Scaly egg just in the grasses by their house. I also got a video from, you guys remember Brian from Brian's Comics? He's got a giant hole in the wall of his store, and we're not really sure about what it is. I think I know what it is, but we're not really sure. So that's the kind of thing that My Town is Magical is collecting. And it's pretty fun. And if you guys want to check it out, if you have some magical news to report, more importantly, that's the place to do it. mytownismagical.com. And I made a really fun intro video for it. And then I'll make my shadows here on the bottom of this eggshell. I know, like I did the eggshell at the bottom. It was kind of an afterthought at the end. I was like, oh, here's something we can throw in the background. And that's the very first thing that I color. What? I don't know. I can't explain myself all the time. I'm an unpredictable person. Color for the dragon? I got a bunch of colors here. I don't know what color to pick. What color is this dragon? Is it purple? Oh, it might be purple. This is actually mulberry. I think I have a mulberry colored dragon. I have a lot of purples underneath it. That's nice. That is nice to see. That's a Perry Grip birthday song. All right, I just pulled out all my purple pencils, so I have something to work with here. I'm starting with mulberry. Pink baby. We're going pink baby. Well, we're going kind of maroon baby. Purplish. It's kind of purple. There's a little bit of pink in there. I'm going to do this over the entire baby, and then I'm going to come back and do another darker coat. It's like you're painting, really. I'm gonna do another darker coat of paint. Oh, which is actually kind of cool. On Thursday, you guys, we're gonna draw a dragon with a friend. I don't know who the friend is. We'll figure that out when we get there. But dragon with friend, and we're just gonna draw it. We'll take a nice long time drawing it. We'll shade it. We'll get it all ready so that we know exactly what to do. And then Friday, we're gonna color it with watercolors. So if you guys have watercolors, get them out. If you don't have watercolors, just ask your neighbors. Somebody's got watercolors around. Somebody's got them in a craft closet somewhere. Okay. They do not need to be fancy. I am not going to be using fancy watercolors. I'm just going to get the ones that the kids use just so that we can all have some watercolor fun together. If you can, this is actually the biggest part. For Thursday, when we're drawing on Thursday, if you can, try and draw with or make your drawing on watercolor paper. That's really the most important thing for doing watercolors, is having nice paper that can absorb water. All right, that was the first coat. And now what I'm going to do, because the light is coming from above and to the right this time a little bit, huh? Who's the person? It was like a couple of days ago. It was like, does the light always come from above and to the left? And I was like, it's a good point. Well, let's change it up. So I'm putting my shadows down here on this dragon. Some light shadows around here. Light shadows here. Maybe a little bit over here. Maybe a little bit over there. On the underside of the arms. We'll work up to it, but I think that eventually we'll have a full musical version of Draw Dragon, where we'll just do everything to music. Everything will be musical. Don't most shows have a musical episode? I don't want to get left out of that. Okay. So getting darker down here will definitely get darker. And again, I'm trying to follow the shape of my curve so that I can still add to this three-dimensional illusion that I'm trying to create with my shadows. If you just kind of go willy-nilly with your shadows, it's fun. But as far as like really trying to make it look like the shapes that you started are starting to develop and become three-dimensional. Like it's really happening on the foot right now. You see that there's a clear top and a clear bottom. And then here's the underside of that leg. Cool. And then, you know, I think I'm going to go for more of a straight violet. That's kind of the same color. No, that's different enough. For my belly scales and my wings, I'm going to go for this nice violet. Less pink, more purple. This is so adorable. Guys, I think we really kind of knocked it out of the park as far as making adorable dragons. I can't wait to see what you guys are doing. My favorite parts, because it's like we all are going to kind of do the same thing. Aiden, if you don't really color, that's fine. But I think if you just check in with all of the places where I'm going to add the shadows, that's really fun when you're working either with a pen or with marker, whatever you're doing. If you have markers that you can layer, that'll work with the watercolor workshop on Friday. If you don't have markers or watercolors, what else can you do? If you have colored pencils will kind of work, but it'll take so much longer to get some of the same effects with the colored pencils. It's because the watercolor is like splash, splash, and it goes on. And then the way that they blend is all, you know, particular to the water. Cool. 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 I'm going to add a little bit more of a reddish tint, I think, to Baby Dragon up here in the places where it's brightest. Baby Dragon. Baby Dragon. Okay, there we go. Just like up a little bit of the places where I think the light would be hitting. I'm going to add this extra bit of red. Mm-hmm. Kind of the whole top of the head here is going to be nice and bright. And back here, all along the back of the neck. Back of the body. Kind of coming across here over to where the legs are going to pick that up. And then I'm going to come over here for a little violet blue. And the violet blue is going to be just kind of, it's a little bit of a shadow color. And it's going to kind of just balance out. Hopefully it's just going to blend into some of the shadows that I've got going on already. You know, I don't really have a real solid plan for this violet blue. I just kind of started using it. Just kind of showed up on in my hand. I was like, oh yeah. I might have taken that back, but now here we are. So I'm just gonna use it here where I think there would be the darkest shadows. Yeah, that's better. I kind of let it get up there into my midtones up there. That's the only thing that I'm regretting right now. So I'm gonna use my black marker pen to do outlines on this, because the colors that I've got going on here, I'm not gonna color this enough or dark enough, mainly because I'm not gonna spend the time. I'm just not going to spend the time to color this dark enough to get all of the really cool, crisp lines. I'm going to skip ahead, and I'm just going to use my black outliner pen, my brush pen, to do that. Maybe a beautiful blue eye.
Violet blue.
Violet blue eye, yeah. I got to get some colors on those puppet. They're not puppets, Gio. They're dolls. Get it right. Gee whiz. You know how like dolls don't really have anything to do with the actual thing as far as the colors that are chosen? They just have colors. So I'm just going to pick any old color out of here that I think would be like if I was, yeah, or like if I was a toy designer, I'd be like, yeah, and then we're just going to put bright colors on them because kids love bright colors. That's exactly how toy development meetings go. And then maybe, you know who actually got this doll for my little dragon here? It was Uncle Rupert, and Uncle Rupert is a green dragon, and so Uncle Rupert got these dolls, and of course Uncle Rupert, who thinks quite highly of himself, got a green dragon doll to play with. So we'll do some yellow underbelly scales.
Because Uncle Rupert has yellow underbelly scales?
Yeah. Basically, Uncle Rupert just found the doll that looked the most like him and was like, hey, kid, play with this. Now Uncle Rupert's got to go. Things to do, people to see. Uncle Rupert's not like not the best uncle, but hey, the uncle did remember to bring a gift. That's more than some uncles do, speaking for myself. Great. And then for the egg, I need two colors for the egg. I kind of want my egg to be weird looking. So maybe I'm going to go orangish and bluish. I think it's going to be a blue egg. I'm trying to do this really fast because I'm running out of time. And I just want it to be a blue egg. And I'm going to leave some room for orange spots. So there's my orange spot number 1. I'll put an orange spot number 2 over there. Big orange spot going off the edge of my egg. The extreme edge of the egg.
Also the extreme edge of the page. And
the extreme edge of the page. I don't know if you guys can hear Stella's voice, but she popped in just a minute ago. So you want to say hi to folks?
Hi, folks.
There you go. Not talking to myself, people. Stella's been here the whole time.
Actually, I just showed up like 5 minutes ago.
I know. I actually am talking to myself. I'm really good at talking to myself. Turns out I do it a lot anyway. There's always kind of talking to myself. And then I got to be on the radio for a while, and I love it. Turns out
Leave some orange spots there.
I kind of forgot. Okay, let's get an orange spot over here. It would have been cool if I had gotten one to go like a crack had happened just as where a spot had been.
Okay, we can do that because there's an orange spot over there.
Okay.
There's room for an orange spot right there.
That's all good. I think I'm good on the coloring there. So here it is. And then just to show you the next step that I'm going to take, I don't have any more time left, but I'll just show you on the head of our dragon here with my outliner pen. This is what I'm going to have to finish after we're done. And I had that little nostril on the other side. I want to bring that back. There's those folds. Get that eye in there.
It's a very big eye.
It is a very big eye. We made sure to make it very big. We wanted it to be extra big. It's going to make our baby extra cute. Okay.
I thought you said you were only doing the head.
Yeah, I couldn't just do the head. More folds where that leg is. The folds where the knee is. Folds where the ankle is. Just got to put a bunch of those little folds on there. Babies have folds. Babies are foldy little creatures. I know, I got to go a little overtime because it's just so fun to use these brush pens when you're making those little curvy lines. Also, it's important to make the sounds. Look at those. I put teeny tiny little foldy lines in there. Feeling great. Feeling great. Okay, I'm done. But you can see how much more it's just going to, everything sharpens up, brightens up, and all those little coloring bits that we did show up so much better. Okay, that's it. I'm going to roll some credits and get Puppet Geo back in here to take us out. Puppet Geo, take it away, buddy. Oh my goodness, look at that adorable baby dragon. Can't wait to see your guys' dragons that you drew. All right, we're going to do show and tell time as soon as I sign off here, but we're going to end the live stream. Thank you guys for drawing dragons with me. If you want to support Draw a Dragon, and I really hope that you do, you can donate. All the donation information is on the website, www.drawadragon.org, www.drawadragon.org. That's our official theme song now. And otherwise, yeah, we'll be back tomorrow morning for a turtle dragon. Fun times, y'all. End music. End recording. Stop recording.